So I'm finally feeling well enough to do this video that I've wanted to do since my surgery. That was 5 days ago. I have to say, it was the worst experience of my life, and not not even the surgery, the UCLA hospital. I'm appalled at them. And you'll see why. I mean, I'm seriously going to try and find an attorney because I have to go back again for another surgery, and I will not go through what I went through. The preparation prior to it, all the team people, the doctor, I met all of them, they were great. Anesthesiologists, top-notched. But when I came back out into recovery, you know, you're out of it, and I felt the most excruciating pain that anyone should ever have to feel in their entire life. You know, you're kind of groggy, and you're in there by yourself, so you don't have anybody to reach out to, but it was like someone was still chainsawing off my boob. It was that intense, and I'm like, hello, I'm in pain, but I swear a minute went by, and then the man, I don't even know what he was, a nurse or a helper, came by. He goes, we had to wait till you were awake to administer pain now through your IV, so it'll take a while. I said, and you know, if I had sworn, if I'm a swearer, I would have yelled in that room so loud. That's the tears, and I wasn't crying. It was so painful. Water just ran out of my eyes. I thought, I really think pain could kill you. That would have killed me. That would have killed me. And I'm like, I said, can I have, you know, by mouth a pill? And he goes, well, since you're thin, it's going to take a little while for it to work into your body. And you know, Tricia was there in another room, but if she had been there, something would have been done. It's like I was kind of like incoherent, didn't really know. It's like, is this really happening? I couldn't see. I didn't have glasses. I didn't have my contacts, so I was blind to what's going on. And I'll never forget the pain. I was just like, what do you do? What am I to do? I cannot tolerate this. It was just unbelievable. And I don't believe you come out of a mastectomy surgery, any surgery, and you have to be in that kind of pain. And if you guys know of any lawyers out there, just to stop from anybody else having to go through that is ridiculous. Or they should have had my family member in there so they could talk for me and say, hey, where's her pain? She is freaking in excruciating pain, and are you doing anything? That guy was still sitting in his chair. I don't know what he did, what he could have done. He didn't, you know, come over and say, oh, hey, you know, but I didn't see him come near me. I said, you know, they have you because they say, oh, she was under drugs yet, or she was under the anesthesia, but I felt every freaking pain that ever was felt to mankind. I just, you know, and that's only the beginning. Oh my God. So I figure they rolled me somewhere else, which was over the door things. It's like, are you guys fucking kidding me? And I don't even swear. I'm like, I am in pain here. I just reliving it makes me so frustrated. So frustrated. It's like, no. And then they moved me to a different recovery room where there's all these people on their gurneys. And finally, Tricia came in, I would say an hour after I was done with my surgery. And I told her, and by that time, yeah, the drugs had started going in, and I could feel some relief, but it's like nobody should have to wait. Nobody should have to wait up to an hour. I swear it was at least an hour. I just sat there. It's like, you want to scream, you want to cuss, but you know, if you do that, then they'll bring in a cop and they'll say, oh, she's out of control. And I mean, you have no rights. I felt like I had no rights there as a patient. And already what I'm going through, you know, I've lost a boob, hello, and you act like, oh, you know, you can deal with the pain. Anyway, so Tricia came, and they gave me the little pump that when I wanted the pain, I could pump it in every 3 minutes. But they should have had that right from the start. I still don't know. If you guys think that is the rule that they follow after surgery, let me know, because that sucks. Nobody should have to go through that pain. I will be bitter forever until I find answers to that. So anyway, then Trisha and I, the night went on, and we got in that one probably about 11 in the morning. I was probably out of recovery at 10. And then like, no rooms are coming available, and we asked them like, oh, they don't have one ready yet, and or then one guy said, oh, they're just cleaning one up. We got those stories. Then by 7 o'clock that night, they came in with a bed on wheels. And they said, you're not going to be able to get a room tonight. I'm like, seriously? I have to stay in this recovery with these moaners. All these people are moaning. By that time, because I have my pain under control, but these are people coming right out of surgery. And they're like, oh, we're so sorry. I'm like, and I didn't make waves. It's just like, at least get off that gurney. I was on that gurney, probably almost 8 hours. So at least the softness of the other mattress felt better, and then it was like, because I didn't have a room, I had this plant, the girls brought me this, they're like, oh, this one nurse who was such a bitch beside of us, and she was like a timid little thing, and I thought, this must be her power glory. She goes, oh, there's no plants in here. So she took it, and she tried to wrap it up in plastic, and I said, where are you going with that? I felt like that I had no rights. It was amazing to me. She goes, well, this isn't supposed to be in here. And I said, let it there. Let me ask. I said, go get your supervisor, because it had been there for hours. The guy taking care of me said nothing. And so she goes, oh, I'll put it over here on their desk. So time went by, and then she said to Trish, she goes, Trish and I, oh, you guys are talking too loud. You're interrupting my patient. And I thought, then give me a fucking room. I said, we didn't say nothing. We were just quiet. I thought, I'm not going to be treated like this after what I went through. I am paying good money to be in this hospital. I feel like I got really good treatment and care, but UCLA hospital staff sucks. I don't know what your rules are, but somebody needs to look into this. Totally. So anyway, Trisha left then about 7:30, and I had dozed off, and it was like 9 o'clock, and I look up. Here's my plant out of the plastic sitting at the end of my bed. I'm like, what? This was like you were in some unreal movie going on that is like, did she just say? So that woman had gone. So it's like, by this time, it's like, I'm so done with this place. So anyway, they informed me, yes, I will be staying in that room. So they shut the curtain, like kind of like emergency room. And I thought, wow, this is really comfortable to be recuperating from a major surgery like that. The lights were on above, from my curtain to the ceiling. So, of course, who can sleep with that on? And then I wanted to go to the bathroom. They're like, oh, I don't know if this was voluntary. She goes, oh, I have to bring the porta potty in. I can get up and walk to the bathroom. I said, I did it earlier with somebody. Well, we don't have anybody to walk with you there. I thought it was so demeaning. It was the most demeaning thing I have ever done in my life. I've been in hospitals before, 3 times. I have never been treated like this. I don't know. I felt like there was cameras rolling and I was in a reality show or something, which you would not have believed it. Trisha had been there from the moment I had gotten rolled out of recovery. I would have been rolling this camera like crazy, and then you would have seen the craziness that went on. So, okay. Maybe they didn't want to unhook all my tubes. I had a lot of tubes in me, but it was like everybody was so lazy and didn't want to do anything extra. And then when I went to the bathroom, the woman standing right there watching me, I thought, I am not no out of control Alzheimer's patient here or whatever that I'm going to walk away. Something needs to be done. I'm going to look into it. I hope somebody will contact me through this video, because I would not even want my own children, if they had to go through it, I'd be so livid with that. I mean, I can handle things, but it's like, you do not have to take that. And I'm sure they're going to bill my insurance company that I stayed for a night. It was supposed to take 2 days. So the next morning I said, I'm going home. They're like, oh, you feel well? I said, I don't care. I said, I have more comfortable bed at home. I got my own toilet. I said, you guys have done nothing for my recovery. I said, give me the pain in pills. I said, I'll do it myself, because you guys have not been helpful at all. This was the most awful thing that has ever happened in my life. Awful. I said, the mastectomy was nothing compared to how I was treated afterwards. It was nothing. And that's UCLA. You guys should all be ashamed of yourselves. And I hope more people report this. just, you know. And the next day, my Dr. Fishekian, who is my plastic surgeon, he apologized. I'm really sorry they didn't have a room for you, but it's not his fault, you know. It's like, you know, it's just like, okay, it's not your fault. I said, but it was just unreal. It was just unreal. If somebody told me that was going to happen to me from the start, which they should have. Obviously, they overbooked way too many people, but they should have at least put more gurneys, more beds in rooms, just to be in a room where it's dark and has your own bathroom, a little privacy, a little dignity after what I had been through, and everybody else. Just the dignity part was not there. And shame on you, UCLA. Shame on you. And I'm going to get to the bottom of this. And I'm really sorry. I didn't want this to be, you know, a bad video, because I feel good. I feel like they really did a great job, the doctors and the staff and that. But it was just the hospital end of it. When you've had a mastectomy and you want to get out of there in less than 24 hours, there is something wrong with your system, UCLA. And somebody better look into it. Now I know why people sue. I mean, you have a reason. If you have gone through all the things that I've went through, then they wonder why you sue people, because you're not doing it the right way. You know, you're supposed to be taking care of the surgery patient. It was anyway, and I feel that's hindered my recovery a lot. You know, I stressed out on that. Then I came home. I didn't have the IV which was monitoring, which I was in a really okay state, and then I kind of had to start all over again with the pills. But it's like I couldn't get out of there soon enough. But anyway, hopefully the cancer is all gone. I have really faith in my doctors, and I love them dearly. And this is so not about them at all. But that is about my experience. And I still think about that every day. I think if people go through that, it shouldn't be. In this modern age, you should not wake up with pain. Or they should be coming to you, oh, nobody ever asked me my pain level, like, oh, is it from 1 to 10, what's your pain level? Nobody ever did, or nobody said, dear, it'll be coming right away. If they talk from me from afar, I'm like, it was so strange. And when I go back in again, I'm going to see if I'm going to make sure Tricia can come in after my recovery, so that does not happen again, because I don't know why not. They moved me to another place where she could be, but maybe they just don't want cameras in there, because you should have them. They should have them in there anyway, hospitals, to check on if the employees are doing what they're supposed to be doing. But anyway, okay, I'm going to start harping. I'm going to start being happy. But I'm just a little excited about the next time. Not a good way. I don't think I have to stay in on my next surgery, though. And I think it's just an outpatient one where they just switch the implants. Because right now I kind of got like a B implant with my with the D. So I just wear a bra and it evens it out right now. But anyway, I'm so thankful. My kids all came up to visit me. And I'm so thankful. My son checked me out. He came up from San Diego. I said, I'm going home. He goes, what? I said, yeah. I said, I'll tell you it all later. You just can't even imagine it. You know, you think of UCLA, it's like, oh, it's like, but really, you didn't have a freaking room for how many, I don't even know how many of us there. Maybe there was 10 of us in there. And then I was there the next morning, so they're starting to bring in the new fresh surgery girls, and there was this young girl just more than yelling and moaning, and I thought, oh man, this is not conducive to getting well. Just get me out of here. In fact, I didn't even see my plastic surgeon okayed it to go. I didn't even see my regular Dr. Prati before I left, and she goes, you out of there fast. I said, you have no idea how I was treated. So I'm going to see her this week and talk to her about it, but you know, I just something has to change there. It really does. I don't usually stick my nose in anything, but when it was part of my life and part of an experience that should not have been during a very traumatic time of my life, it should have been totally different. It should have been so acceptable that I would have just praised it. They were just attentive and blah, blah. That should be what this video is. Me happy, and it's like, oh my God, they took so great care of me, and blah, blah, blah. No, I can't. I really can. And I'm looking forward to seeing if anybody else has had that experience with UCLA or any other ones. I mean, I had thought about going to Cedars-Sinai. So I would just be, if you know of anybody who has had any experiences, comment on the bottom or have them email me that, because I am going to get to the bottom of this and check it all out. And hopefully I'll have somebody who can work with me on this. Preferably like a medical health attorney or something that a patient's rights were abused, because that's how I felt. I still feel that way. But I'm home. I'm happy now. I'm home. I'm taking my pain medication, and I really can't let that up yet, because I do have the tubes and the drains, and which is the part that really kind of hurts the most. Every time I move a certain way and that tube touches in my hole in my body, it's like, ooh. But I sleep a lot. I try and get my rest, and hopefully in a couple days I'll go back, and then they'll just take those out and then start healing again. They'll enlarge the implant to where they can put the regular one in eventually, and that will be that second surgery. Well, they'll use the same incision. And when I looked at it, Callie's like, oh, let's look at it, Mom. I'm like, you what? I'm like, what, girl? She is like, you need to go be a doctor. She goes, oh, Mom, look, it's not that bad. And it wasn't. It was like all my skin. It was really beautiful skin. I'm like, because I hadn't been drinking for a while, so your skin just has like a really healthy glow. And I was really happy with the outcome. So anyway, just wanted to give you an update. I am doing well, but you never thought that's what I was going to talk about on my hospital stay. But I loved right before the surgery, it was a happy time with Trisha, and Callie came, and the surgeons and the residency doctors. So young they are, but so nice. So just my anesthesiologist, I loved you very much. You're very good. You gave me great happy juice, but I lost you at the end. But anyway, I glad it's over. I waited a long time for it, so now I just have to hear the results that they got all the cancer, and I don't need radiation or chemo, and I can just keep plugging away at life like I still am. It's just something you fit into your life and keep going. So anyway, hey, you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.